Why is Google My Business important to your dealership? According to a recent report, more than 2/3 of prospective customers will seek out your dealership's Google My Business, or GMB, for your contact information rather than visiting your website.
According to the same study, nearly 1/3 of those customers expect the information in your GMB to be complete, correct, and up to date at all times. An expectation we feel has only grown over the last 18 months.
But your GMB listing is more than just an informational tool for customers. It also plays a critical role in helping your dealership to outrank your local competitors in local search.
This makes GMB a cornerstone of any comprehensive SEO strategy.
So now that we've covered why Google My Business is important to your dealership, we're going to talk about how to create or claim a GMB listing, how to navigate your Google My Business dashboard, what listing options are available to your dealership, what the right business categories are for your dealership, how to distinguish nested department listings from one another, as well as additional features to help optimize any GMB listing.
How to create or claim your GMB. Verifying a Google My Business listing is relatively simple, but first you'll need to know if that listing is being created or claimed. Doing so will determine how you go about verifying it with Google. Creating a listing. When you are creating a Google My Business listing, you're going to want to navigate to google.com/business. Select Add a Business, fill out the information pertinent to your desired listing, then select your verification method.
The standard verification method is a physical postcard that Google will send to your dealership address within a week or so. That card will contain a 5-digit PIN and the instructions to visit google.com/verifymybusiness. Log in, enter the PIN, hit submit, and you'll have verified your newly created listing.
There's also a phone verification option. Here, 5-digit PIN will be provided by an automated system which calls the phone number specified for that GMB. From here, the steps are largely the same.
However, if you choose to verify by phone, be aware that Google's automated system might not cooperate with your dealership's automated phone menu. You might need to deactivate your system until the verification is complete.
But regardless of which verification method you choose, remember, until you've entered that PIN, the status of your brand new listing will remain pending verification. But what if a listing already exists?
Claiming a listing. This is the method you'll use if the department you're trying to nest already exists in Google My Business and Google Maps. You'll simply navigate to the department on Google Maps and click Claim This Business.
Depending on when that listing was last managed, one of two things can happen. Ideally, you'll be able to verify the listing using either the postcard or phone method we discussed. However, if someone has been managing the location recently, Google will send an email to the last user they see as having owned the location. That user can either confirm or deny you access, but if they don't respond for 3 days, Google will allow you to proceed using either the postcard or phone verification method.
Contested access by an unknown source can be tricky to deal with and will involve you opening up a ticket with Google support.
Navigating your Google My Business dashboard. Welcome to your GMB dashboard. Here, you can make edits to your listing or further optimize it using the wealth of tools that Google provides you with. We'll be discussing some of those tools further in just a bit, but here's a quick summary of what you can expect to see.
First, your home screen. This is where Google will communicate the status of your listing and any steps you might want to take. Posts allow you to share announcements and news to your customers by posting updates to your business profile on Google Search and Maps. Info is where you facilitate any changes to your dealership's name, address, business categories, service area, hours, or contact information. Be thorough. Insights is where you can find useful info to increase your customer base. With simple analytics, see how you compare to other dealerships, how many customers find you, and how they engage with you. Reviews is where you show your customers that you're listening by replying to reviews. Messages allow you to answer customer questions directly and promptly. Photos help to showcase your dealership to prospective customers. And users allow you to manage the administrators for your listing.
Familiarize yourself with the dashboard early on, and it'll be easier to facilitate those edits and optimizations along the way.
What listing options are available to your dealership? Now that you know how to create, claim, and view a listing, let's talk about the various listings your dealership needs. Every dealership is different in terms of the services offered on site. Yours should have a separate GMB listing for each of the following if they apply to you: sales, service, parts, body shop or collision center, an in-house insurance agency, an in-house rental agency, an EV charging station, commercial trucks, or a public car wash.
If a single rooftop dealership serves multiple franchise brands, then the sales, service, and parts GMBs should be further split, creating one for each brand. There should also be a main sales GMB for the business as a whole that reflects all brands.
The only exception? Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealers, for which the brands stay grouped together for service and parts. We'll talk more about how to properly nest your department listings in just a bit, but let's return to your dashboard so we can talk about business categories.
How to name each listing. Under the Info tab of your dashboard, you can click on the pencil tool to edit the name of each listing. Be sure that each is 65 characters or less and follows the appropriate naming convention.
For sales, you'll want your dealership name, brand. For service, it'll be your brand, service center. For parts, you want brand, parts center. For a collision or body shop, it'll be dealership name, collision center, or body shop. For an in-house insurance agency, you'll want the agency name, auto insurance, at your dealership name. For an in-house rental department, you'll want your rental company name, rental cars, at your dealership name. For an on-the-lot EV charging station, you'll want EV charging station at your dealership name. For commercial trucks, you'll want the brand, commercial truck sales. For an on-the-lot car wash, you'll either want your dealership name, car wash, or if it's a franchise car wash, just use the franchise name.
Remember, you're not trying to recreate your business with a spin towards departmental services. You're trying to make sure that Google is able to tell that this is a separate department, but one that is part of your business.
What are the right business categories for your dealership? When a prospective car buyer, service, or parts customer performs a local search query, Google can recommend you with confidence if you specify the right business categories within your GMB listing. It's easy to do. Under the Info tab of your dashboard, you'll see the category field directly below the listing name. Click on the pencil tool to edit. Here, you'll gain access to both your primary and additional business categories. As they apply to your dealership, the primary category for each listing should be, for sales, your brand, dealer. For service, auto repair shop. For parts, auto parts store. For a body shop or collision center, auto body shop. For commercial truck sales, dump truck dealer. For an in-house insurance agency, auto insurance agency. For an in-house rental car agency, car rental agency. For an on-the-lot EV charging station, you'll want electric vehicle charging station. And for a car wash, car wash.
Below your primary category, you'll see additional categories and a link to add a category. Not all listings require additional categories, but sales, service, and parts and body shop listings should. And you can add up to 9. We recommend the following. For sales, add car dealer, used car dealer, truck dealer, used truck dealer, car leasing service, car finance and loan company, car manufacturer, car accessory store, and truck accessory store.
For service, you should consider car repair and maintenance, tire shop, brake shop, oil change service, car inspection station, transmission shop, truck repair shop, wheel alignment service, and auto air conditioning service.
For parts, common choices are wheel store, auto parts market, car battery store, truck parts supplier, car accessory store, auto parts manufacturer, truck accessory store, and auto body parts supplier.
And for body shop or collision center, you may want to include auto glass shop, auto upholsterer, auto machine shop, and auto dent removal.
How to distinguish nested department listings. You'll need to distinguish your primary listing from department listings in 4 specific places. Make sure each listing has a unique name, a unique primary category, a unique direct phone number, and a unique website URL. And this is important. When it comes to nested department listings, be sure to remove your dealership name and focus on the brand itself.
So, you've set up each of your dealership's department listings properly. You've entered in the category information that allows Google to better understand each listing, and you've entered in all of the pertinent information prospective customers might be looking for. Now, you can further enhance your listings.
What are additional features to optimize your GMB listing? When logged onto your GMB dashboard, you'll have access to a number of tools that can make your GMB listing one of the most impactful items in your marketing toolbox. Today, we're going to touch on 2 in particular.
By including the right images in your dealership's GMB, you can create a strong first impression. Feature both exterior and interior shots. Focus on providing a truthful representation of what customers can expect to see. Make the images representative of the atmosphere within each department. Showcase your team. Provide helpful signage and desk images so customers know what to look for. These are all helpful to customers and valuable in the eyes of Google.
Questions and answers. Ultimately, Google's questions and answers section is crowdsourced information, meaning that anyone can ask questions, anyone can answer them, and anyone can upvote those answers, helping them to show more prominently. And it doesn't matter if those answers are correct or not. Rule number 1, monitor your Q&A section and answer any questions that are asked. Rule number 2, upvote those answers, recruiting others to do so if needed. Rule number 3, use the Q&A section proactively by asking common questions prospective customers might have, answering those questions correctly, and upvoting them as well.
Which just about wraps things up for this month's feature on Google My Business. There are endless nuances, and managing your various listings can be incredibly time-consuming. That said, the payoff for proper management is incalculable.
So, whether you're attempting to handle it in-house or working with a service provider, stay on top of it.
And speaking of staying on top of things, be sure to connect with Wikimotive on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Each month, we'll be supporting our Just the Tip topics with additional content useful to your dealership.
And you won't want to miss a thing,
Because Wikimotive has just the tip for you.